Hey yo, it's just another Brick Life. Today, we're diving headfirst into a super sweet set by Kalos Blocks. It's a Jumbo Young-Hee brick model. If you're asking yourself, who the f*** is Young-Hee? It's actually the name of the giant killer doll from Squid Game. So if you don't know, now you know. Anyway, Young-Hee was originally designed to appear both innocent and deadly. Based on the fact that the doll immediately makes me think of death, thanks to Squid Game, I think it's safe to say that their principal design objective was met. The doll's design was inspired by a character found in South Korean school textbooks from the 1970s and 80s. But enough backstory, let's take a closer look at the set. This Jumbo Young-Hee set includes 252 pieces, including this nifty sound brick. We'll play with this later. In terms of build time, it took me about an hour and a half to complete, but that includes me needing to backtrack a couple of times to correct some mistakes I made. I was filming and yapping at the same time. The build isn't hard, but like any set, you just gotta keep your eyes on the instructions. Once fully erected, the doll stands at just over 25 centimeters tall. The square base measures about 13 by 13 centimeters, but the button on the side brings the full width to just under 14 centimeters. What's pretty neat is the use of custom molded parts like the head, arms, hands, and shoes. You won't find these in LEGO's catalog of over 3,700 different types of pieces. So I tip my hat to Kalos Blocks for investing in the production of unique elements that really help enhance the look of the model. Let's do a side-by-side comparison of the brick model and the doll from the show. I'd say that they're virtually identical. Kalos Blocks did an outstanding job in translating the giant doll into a brick buildable format that remains remarkably faithful to the original design. Now let's talk about the play features, starting with the rotating head. The head turns by pressing the button located on the side of the base. It's connected to the body with a Technic axle, which is further connected down through to the base. Based on the instructions, the head is supposed to rotate a full 180 degrees, but mine only goes about 160 or 170 degrees. Not a big issue in my opinion, just worth mentioning. The mechanism in the base is also worth showing. If you remove the doll's outer shell and a few key plates on the base, you can catch a glimpse of the gear setup for the head rotation. You can technically remove the doll from the base plate, but since it's connected to the base with axles and other Technic pieces, I'd advise against it because reassembly is a bit tricky, but if you have time to kill, go for it. The doll's arms are fully articulated. You get 360 degree movement in the shoulders, upper arms, and wrists, and a 180 degree bend at the elbows. Whether you want to pose Young-Hee like the doll in the show, or get creative with your own twist thanks to the model's generous arm articulation, the options are pretty much limitless. Here's the sound brick I mentioned earlier. It plays the creepy sounding line from the show at 3 different speeds randomly when you press the button. Let's check it out. The sound brick pops out easily. It's held in place by a grill style brick which allows the sound waves to escape and tickle your eardrums. When the brick eventually runs out of juice, replacing the battery is easy. Just grab a screwdriver. In terms of stickers, I have some great news. There are none. All designs are printed directly onto the bricks. There are 2 types of printing used in this set. There's pad printing on the doll's face and the front and back of its dress. You can see that this type of printing is crisp and clean. It's the same type used by LEGO. Then there's UV printing, which can be found on the base, the Squid Game logo on the front and fine print on the back, and then there's the sound icon on the sound brick and exclamation point on the head turning button. It looks alright, but in comparison to the pad printing, it's a little rough around the edges, literally. When it comes to UV printing, there are different levels of quality. If you compare the UV print on the Squid Game logo with the high quality UV print on this custom Scorpion minifig, you can notice the difference. The printing on the minifigure is clean and sharp, whereas you can see that the edges of the text on the Squid Game logo look smudged or blurred. I think that Kalos Blocks should have used a higher quality UV printing if they didn't want to use pad printing for these pieces, because the quality is very amateur. However, since these prints are only found on a few parts on the base and not on the doll itself, overall I'd say it's not a huge issue. As for minifigures, sadly, this set doesn't come with any. However, I'll place these 3 pink soldiers on the base to give you a better sense of the doll's scale. And as you can see, their addition really enhances the look and feel of the model. And for those of you who don't know, which I'm guessing is most of you, Kalos Blocks is a Hong Kong-based brick building brand founded in 1971. They're one of only 3 companies with a Netflix license to produce Squid Game brick sets, the others being Oxford Blocks and Mattel. Only Kalos and Oxford have produced a Young-Hee set, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel because I'll be doing a review of the Oxford Blocks set in the near future. But anyway, getting back to the Kalos Blocks, their bricks are fully compatible with Lego. The clutch power is great, strong connections, no looseness, and it's definitely cool to see a different design on the brick studs and anti-studs underneath, in comparison to what we're used to with Lego bricks. Kalos Blocks instructions come in a fold-out pamphlet rather than a booklet like Lego. It's not a huge deal, but booklets are just more convenient. Here's the box that the bricks came in. It looks great. So great in fact that I'm keeping it. The front features a glossy image of the brick doll next to a promotional image of the front man surrounded by his henchmen. It's quite eye-catching as far as boxes go, and definitely something you'll want to keep in your closet where no one can see it. But just knowing that it's in there somewhere, you feel at ease. The set retails for 249 Hong Kong dollars, which is equivalent to around $32 US. That puts the price per piece ratio at about 12.7 cents, which is fair based on the price per piece value scale. However, given the licensed Squid Game IP and the included sound brick, I'd say the price is pretty good. One unfortunate bit of news is that if you want to get your hands on this set, Kalos Blocks does not yet ship globally as of this video recording. I've left a link to Kalos Blocks in the video description below in case you want to see if they ship to you. To conclude my review, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. These are the main pros and cons. For the pros, you get good value for the money you pay. The model is the perfect size to display pretty much anywhere in your house. It's undeniably eye-catching, especially if you add the Squid Game soldiers or any other Squid Game minifigs to it. And it has very cool interactive play features that let you recreate your favorite red light, green light scenes from the show. For the cons, there are no minifigs included, and the quality of UV printing could be improved. Overall, it's a phenomenal looking model. It captures the essence of the Young-Hee doll from Squid Game, its likeness, its rotating head, and its eerie voice chanting thanks to the sound brick. The set was fun to build, and the completed model is visually appealing, especially if you accentuate it with Squid Game minifigs. On top of that, there's enough interactive play value to keep you sufficiently entertained for centuries. I hope you enjoyed the video. You're welcome to leave your comments below, apply gentle pressure to the like button, and subscribe to my channel for more brick-related videos. Have yourself a great day or night, wherever you're located, and until next time, it's just another brick life.
Upgrade complete.